Good morning, guys. I can show you the time, but ignore my phone, or this phone. Yeah, this phone's my phone. It's 6:21. The phone is broken, irreparable. Do you know, and sometimes I think I don't even want another one. I'm sorry if I kind of wander around a bit today. I got such a pain in my back. It's kind of, it's inside my back, if that makes any sense. My right shoulder blade, kind of every time I take a breath in. And that has been hard for me this morning. Because I do still cough, and you're having to get through this pain of being able to breathe, to get the breath, to cough, and anyway, I don't know why I'm moaning on about that. Dear. Right, so. Well, we found Debbie, which was one good thing. She was sitting in the car park. We hadn't come in the car. I only really come in the car when I'm very short of time. So I'm in the car today. God. Yeah, I'm in the car today. And I've got a busy day today. Well, I've just got a busy day. It's Wednesday. And I had such high hopes of what I was going to speak about today as well. I was going to continue to talk about value. And yesterday, oh God, I watched the True Rays video and about God's assistant, and it was so strange because we went to London yesterday. It's a long day for us, you know. We wake up at sort of 3:30, 4:45, and get things ready. Have to walk the dogs before we go. And, honey, come on. And then we set off on this journey of the M1, the M6, the M25, the M11, the A4. It's a nightmare, really. But I've always quite enjoyed doing it because Mustafa and I have time to just sit and talk about things, and I basically decided that I'm going kind of mental, like a lot of people are, over things that it would appear I can do nothing to change. And you know, what you find you do is if you've got nothing to occupy your mind, you start to think about these things, and then you think about how it would appear that you can do nothing about these things. And I don't care who these people are in the Orange Death Camp, you know, the torture chamber. I don't care, really. All I know is that they are my brothers and sisters, and that I can't even do that today. Oh yes, you bloody can. Get back up and do it. complaining you can't do it. And that really, you know, to think of them and what's happening. And I thought, what can I do? What can I do to stop their torture? Do you know what I mean? What can I do to stop anybody's torture? And I came up with ideas. I thought to myself, what if 20 of us went on hunger strike for every one that's in there? 20 of us that can't be force fed. So for however many they're doing it, we multiply that number 20-fold and say that this is for whoever they are in there. Do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter about the name. What it matters about is humanity. Oh, see, I did do it. You know, because we can just give up like that. It's like, oh, I'm in too much pain myself. I can't be bothered. I don't want to walk the dogs. I don't want to come out. I don't want to do anything apart from focus on my own weaknesses. And I got really down about things. I thought, you know, there has to be a way. There has to be you know, if these guys at the top, there's only about friggin' 12 of them. Look at this. Isn't that just beautiful? What I love about the flies in this country is most of them don't eat us. They just eat all the crap that we leave behind. So rarely do you get like mosquitoes and things biting you. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like you feel so frustrated. There's only like 12 of them. What are we doing? Protecting these, whatever they may be. Because I honestly don't believe any human could, well, you never know. There has to be every single possibility, doesn't there, for it to be one. If a single possibility is left out, then it's not one at all. It's oh, nearly one, but not quite. Anyway, yes, I had this trip with my staff, and I've decided to go back to work. I need to feel valued. And I keep talking about value at the moment because it is very, very important. You know, those guys are probably sitting in that orange torture camp thinking to themselves, there must be some decent human beings on this planet who know what we're doing and what we're going through, and surely help is on its way soon. Can you see the tree glistening? It's been decorated by snails. Isn't that lovely? If you can actually see it, I'll try and move the camera a little bit. Look at it all, it's been covered in snails. You know, they must think there's over 7 billion people out there. There must be someone who values us enough to stop this. Yeah. And, you know, I just thought to myself, I need to do something. I need to value myself. Because what can I change? What can I change? Well, I actually got quite distressed about things. it's funny how things creep in, isn't it? It's like Mustafa had wanted to watch the elections in Iran, and then you find that wherever you go, the television's on, and this stuff is being forced into your awareness. Now, I'm not saying that in not turning on the television and that you're not aware. You are aware, because not only the conversations, but YouTube, the people you subscribe to, the conversations that are going on there. But I think it's so blatant on the TV. So blatant, it's just horrible. And depending on what news channel you watch, you know, there's a lot of it isn't sanitised anymore and cleaned up. On some TV channels, a bit like the Boston Marathon, they go OTT with imagery and sound effects. So I think that's partly had something to do with it. But I got into a conversation with God. You know, kind of, God, please, just tell me what to do. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. I will do it. Tell me how to help these people. Tell me how to help my dog. You know, since I talked about Abby, Honey, not just on YouTube, because, you know, I'm talking about a lot of people, but people have kind of, and on YouTube, have been saying, you know, their dog has allergies, their dog went through exactly the same thing. You know, what can it be? Well, what it is this shit up here. I'm convinced of that. Or if it's not that, it's the triad of tracers, the insurance companies, the pharmaceuticals, and the vets, and probably the pet food as well. And I kind of, you know, explained to God that it's not only very difficult for me, goodness me, it's not only very difficult for me and the people that this is happening to, but I mean, I think some of the worst wasps flying around the grass, need to be careful because they actually do sting. Repeatedly they will sting. You know, it's happening to a lot of us who are just feeling so valueless because we cannot do, it would appear, anything to change what is happening and what is almost being done in our name with our money. And on the point of subject of money, God, I do hope that you did get to watch $100 and that it showed you, you know, we don't need this stuff. We seriously do not need it. Now that's what I like to see. See, she's running now. How fantastic. We are one, we are one, we are one. You know, yes, done in our name with our money when there is absolutely no need for money. Because you see, everything on this planet is free. Everything. Everything we need is here for us. And if you don't believe me, ask a bird. You know, you don't see the birds watching other birds die because they haven't got money to come and peck the ground here. Do you know what I mean? No. And fish swimming in the sea, they don't need money. And people can say, oh yeah, but you know, that fish in the sea could get eaten by one of those birds in the sky. And, you know, if they had money, they could pay for protection. Well, on this planet, it's a recycling machine, really, and everything's interdependent. Everything. I am interdependent upon this grass, upon the sky, the sun, upon the birds and the trees, the flowers and the plants. Honey! We're all interdependent. And there is more likelihood of me being killed by something my own government is doing. It's now the biggest killer on the planet. I think it's called democracide. But it's death at the hands of government. There's more chance of that than there is of anything else. And probably lots and lots of people who have died from seemingly, oh, what a tragic thing to happen. How awful, how fate has delivered such a cruel blow. These are the things we say when people get these illnesses, like my lungs, you know, but it's not to do with this. No, it's to do with governments. It's to do with governments and the shit they're putting out everywhere. And, you know, same with honey. Same with honey. But the birds and the bees and the little flutterbys, they don't need our money. And money, really, honestly, it devalues us and what we do. And once we've lost that value, we feel helpless and unsurprisingly worthless and unable to do anything. So I had a chat with God. I was angry, you know. I kind of saying to God, why is this happening and we can't do anything? You know, there are so many people on this planet who feel so frustrated. So many people who live in, say, like this country. I didn't vote these assholes in. I don't want them here. Why do I have to abide by their rules? Why should I give money into a system that is doing the most horrendous things with it? And I wrote in my book once, you know, we can kind of turn away and say, it's nothing to do with me. But if your name was engraved onto every pound coin or every dollar or yen or euro that you gave to this government, to your government, and when they used it, say, as a form of torture, your signature went with it, your name. How would you feel if it was brought home to you that the money that you are actually giving and contributing to this planet and this government ends up in the back of some young person, any person's head? It's kind of You know, and this is what Rosebush paid for today with her money. Yep. She paid for... Now look at that, look. Oh, right, Rose, get the thing in. I mean, if ordinary aeroplanes were doing this, you know, we'd have it all over the news about how, oh, there was a near miss today. Right, that one is there. And then if I just go along this way, this one is here. I mean, such a load of bollocks, isn't it? Hello, son. Yes, you know, and who knows, maybe one day we will be made to account for every penny that we've given to these tyrants. And I think the time has come for us to value ourselves a little more and think to ourselves, yes, we can change this around, yes, we can. Now, my conversation with God brought me back to I need to be working. I need to be working because what I do is hypnotherapy, hypnosis, timeline therapies, NLP, personal development, goal setting, blue sky vision, all of that, really. And there's a lot of people who need that right now to feel valued. And we have to value each other. This is what I was kind of getting back. You know, we have to value each other. We have to say thank you to people who do things when no money has changed hands. If they make you a cup of coffee, if they make you smile, if they tell you you're beautiful or you're wonderful, you know, we need to value them for that. And it's about starting to pay attention to the real value. The real value, not the fake piece of paper one that doesn't mean anything. Watch $100. Really? You don't have to, but you know, it shows you it's just a huge con. We don't need any of this. The value is within. And the way that God has told me to deal with this is I just need to focus my attention to love, peace, joy, and that is it. And I don't need the television on to tell me where to focus that attention. I just focus it out into this planet. And I can't really cough properly, it's horrible. And this is what we all need to do. And we need to give each other support as well. You know, I know there are people who are finding it very, very difficult to eat because there's people starving. I know it's very difficult for people to enjoy themselves because of what's going on. But listen, guys, that is all part of the plan. It is all part of the plan to make you feel so freaking useless that you can't live without government. You know, and we are so powerful. We are so mighty. And we are so strong. And we need to start really just using the tremendous powers that we have to bring peace and joy and bliss and happiness back to this planet. We need to just get rid of money. You know, try and do without it. Honestly, do without it. Look at these guys, what they do. These freaking markers everywhere. And, you know, it'll end up like a crossword puzzle. And they just keep going and going. And they're these ones which aren't even real planes. You never see any kind of insignia on them, no matter how close up you get. And they leave what looks like a contrail, but of course it isn't. It just covers the whole sky. But anyway, yeah, we need to try and do without money. Really, really try and do without money. And start to give people hugs. Start to give people praise and value them in other ways. You know, instead of maybe, hello darlings, instead of maybe going out and buying a gift, make something for people. Put your love into it. Focus your intention into it. Please embrace people, smile at people, fill the world with love, because that is the message that I got. You know, honey and everything she needed for the vets. I don't need money. You know, the money just came anyway. I usually find that the money does just come miraculously from somewhere, and the money has just come from somewhere. And you know, I'm not worried about that. It's the switch. We have to understand that the money is the root of all evil. And why would you want to give somebody you loved something? I know it's a necessity right now. I know it's a necessity right now. The thing is, we need, well, I need to focus my attention and intention on making money as valueless as money attempts to make us feel. Right, give someone some value today. Give someone some value. Thank them for being there. Thank them for being alive. Thank them for their compassion. Tell them they're beautiful. Tell them they're creative. Tell them you love them. That's where the real value is, guys, and that's basically what I've been told. But I'm going back to work because my job is all about valuing people and changing the beliefs that they maybe have about themselves and the negativity. And that's what I do. So I'll keep you updated on that and how it goes. And yeah, give some value without money. And really appreciate the things people do for you guys. Seriously, seriously. You know, anything from bringing you a cup of tea to giving you a lovely hello in the morning, or greeted by a dog. I mean, you know, God, that is worth its weight in, well, I'm not even going to say gold, but that is worth its weight in love, to be greeted that way every morning, because you're you and they're so glad to see you. Yeah, just let's start